Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I imagine you have seen my videos before. This is probably not the first time my face is on your screen, but I wanted to say welcome back and also kind of a welcome back to me because I haven't been on YouTube, I think for about a year and a half. I haven't filmed anything. And I wanted to make a video to share what's going on in my life, why I haven't been on YouTube, and what I'm planning to do, whether I'm planning to come back to YouTube, basically what's going on. And I think that the first thing I'd like to say is that I don't want to edit this video. I'm just going to try and do this in one take. I'm going to see how it goes. If I have to edit it, I have to edit it, and that's it. But I'm going to try to just do one long take of video and then upload it to the internet. And that's because I don't really want to change myself or to edit myself for the internet, because I think that when I had my channel before, although it was still me and it was still authentic, I often felt like I couldn't say certain things or couldn't do certain things because of a fear of what people on the internet would say, or what happens if that gets back to another person or another thing. And I don't know, I think I just sort of censored myself in a way, and I don't want to do that going forward. So I'm just going to try and do one long take and we'll see how it goes. Basically, the first thing I want to say is that I left YouTube. I don't like that because I don't think I'm a creator or someone with a big enough platform to leave YouTube, but I stopped uploading videos to YouTube last year, or the year before, because I was kind of going through some stuff. I had just moved to Spain. I was finding it really difficult to fit in, not to assimilate, but just to sort of get my life on track. I started a job in English school. I closed my company. I stopped doing private lessons and all of the things that I was doing, and instead I just went to working in an English academy because I was really overwhelmed trying to make the things that I had wanted to make a reality happen. And it wasn't as easy as it would have been maybe in other countries to make this into reality. So I ended up closing my business a while ago now, but I was also working as an English teacher at the time, and then I also started studying a master last September, so September of 2024. And with all of those things going on and having to do the Spanish exam to get accepted into the master, doing all the paperwork for the master, everything all together just became a bit much. And so I sort of put my camera down, I didn't film, I just lived my life. What else did I do in that time? I worked on a horse farm for about 6 months. I was riding and training horses. Excellent, I loved it. I started doing photography as a sort of side project, as a hobby. I have an Instagram that you can find here if you like photos of horses and portraiture. That's where it's all located. And basically I just sort of held on. I tried to keep living. I didn't have huge amounts of time for myself and my hobbies, but the little time I did have, I tried to do these things that I loved. And then once I started the master, obviously it was very difficult because I was working and I was studying at the same time, and it was definitely more difficult to study in Spanish for me than it was in English. I think that's normal. It's always going to be a bit more difficult to study in your second language. If you're interested in what it was like to study in Spain, leave a comment below and I'll share all of my experience studying there, because I know a lot of my followers are still interested in the Australian National University and studying and being a student. And I guess that sort of leads me on to my next point, which is that for the moment, for the next 6 months at least, I'm not going to be studying. So I'm not going to be sharing the content that I shared previously. And that's just because I'm not going to be studying my PhD in Spain, and the study plans that I have for the future can't really come into fruition until I've defended my thesis and then applied. And in the future I'll probably be looking to study in Australia then, again, sorry, so I will share more content on that if that's what I decide to do. But for the next 6 months, I plan to study things for myself. I'm looking to study French, and I'm also trying to pass my driving exam here in Spain. So those are my only study goals for the next 6 months, and because of that I won't be sharing university content, but I am happy to talk about what it was like for me to study here in Spain. That sort of segues onto the third point in the video. Oh, sorry, that's very loud. This is outside. That sort of segues into the next part of the video, which is what the fuck are you planning to do with your YouTube channel if you're not going to share a single part of your life, of the single theme of content that you've been sharing for years. What are you going to share now? And my plan is to share some videos on my life in Seville. So I want to keep making authentic content, as I said at the beginning, but I want to make content that's just things that I would enjoy to watch and things that I enjoy making. Because also I don't want this to become a job, because as soon as it feels like an obligation, I just can't do it. The perfectionist in me goes, I can't do this. So I'm planning to just share really authentic content about my life here in Spain. And I will read you some of the video plans that I have on my laptop. Sorry, there's a lot of noise outside. So sharing why I moved to Spain, a Q&A. I've got a Q&A that I'm going to be filming right now. Talking about what it's like to live in Seville, my favourite places in Seville, culture shocks, moving to different countries, living as an expat, what it's like being sober in a country where there's a lot of alcohol, vegetarian places because I'm a vegetarian, basically these ideas. And as part of doing that, I've also opened another Instagram account, which I've had for a while, but I'm going to start uploading there again as well. And it's called Connect Seville. I will put it here. And if you're interested in recommendations for living in Seville or what it's like to live in Seville, I recommend that you follow that page to see more of my Seville recommendations and Seville life. So I guess to round out the video, I am going to be posting more content. The first few videos you see will be of my Christmas in Australia, because I did post some videos of that, and they're going to be in Spanish because I have a lot of Spanish students and friends who wanted to see those videos, so I am going to put them in on this channel. But after that, my videos will be in a mix of Spanish and English, and sharing basically vlogs and long form videos about Seville and my life in Seville. And that's my plan for the next 6 months. And if and when I decide to study again, I will start filming my study videos again. And if you're interested in the experience of studying in Spain in Spanish or studying in a second language, leave a comment below and I will share my experience of studying my second language. But that's pretty much everything. And I hope that you follow along if you're interested. If you're not interested and you don't feel that my content is useful for you anymore, I'm more than happy for you to unfollow or unsubscribe from my channels. I won't be offended at all. I just want to share my ideas going forward and what the plan is, so that you can be happy and secure in the fact that these are the videos that are being planned and this is what's happening. So I will leave more information down in the description box if there's anything new, anything that comes up, or any of the pages you'd be interested in visiting, any of my Instagrams. I'll leave them all down below. Thanks guys.